Hello. Welcome to the Weekly Chatter. I'm Joshua Harrell, and this is
Jason Block. How's everybody doing?
Yes. Welcome. And you know what? This is the Weekly Chatter, so we expect some chatter going on in the Travel Quest Network members-only Facebook group.
That's right.
Because that's where
the place to be.
It's the place to be, and it's also where the chatter comes from. Just in case, sometimes we hear from our members, and they're like, "Why do you name something this?"
Right.
And I will guarantee you, there's a reason why, but it might not be so apparent. So I realized last week that we should explain why it's called the chatter. Yeah,
right.
Not just because I want to chatter at you, which I do. So welcome those of you who are returning, and of course welcome those of you who are new, whether you're new to Travel Quest Network or you're just new to tuning in, because we're broadcasting all over the place right now. In fact, I'd like to give a special shout out to Gail from Universal Parks and Resorts, because I was talking to her yesterday and she said, I always see when the Weekly Chatter goes live, but I'm afraid to click on it in case I'm not supposed to see what's going on. And I'm like, no, you're welcome. So, Gail, I hope you've clicked on it, and welcome. You are going to have a fun time. So, lots to talk about today. We got a full agenda.
We got a load of stuff.
A load of stuff
to cover.
That's a great way to describe that. He's a copywriter.
Highly technical terms and beautiful flowing language right there for everybody.
Yes. So, and also just, if Jason looks a little spaced out, you're not feeling very well.
No.
Yeah.
I'm not. But I'm here because I love you all, and I wouldn't miss it.
Yeah, and you
and I missed it for a couple weeks, so I had to get back.
Yeah, and your replacements did a really good job.
I'm sure better than me.
Yeah. So show some emotion for Jesse and Relia, who were the co-hosts for the Weekly Chatter over the last 2 weeks.
Aren't they fabulous?
We had
both of them.
A lot of fun, and Velma, who will be coming up in her normal segment, going over revenue. What you did miss was Relia was wearing a wig for National Big Wig Day.
I saw a picture of that.
Yep, she's supporting the American Cancer Society, National Big Wig Day. And Velma joined, she did her thing, and then I said we should have a wig off. And Velma, I don't know what she thought I said, but she said that would involve guns and shooting faces off.
Okay.
And I thought, that's not where I was going. But thank you, Velma.
They do things differently in Texas.
They do. So
maybe a wig off in Texas does involve firearms.
yeah,
it's possible.
It could be. Although she did immediately after she apologized, and she said, "I think I misunderstood. We've been watching too much true crime at my house, and I just went with it." So
good.
anyway, we'll get to see Velma in a little bit, but yes, had a great time while you were gone. So
I'm glad to be back.
yes, glad to have you back. And, it is the chatter, so why don't we go over and see what's going on in our members-only Facebook group. And, of course, I didn't plug it up, so I'm going to let you kind of fill some space.
Sure. Now, as you all know, we start the show each week going over wins and challenges. So if you're new to the show, welcome. And if you haven't dropped your win or your challenge for the week into the chat, please do that, because we can all gain from celebrating each other's wins. And if you have a challenge, there might be somebody listening that has an idea for you. So definitely engage with some wins and challenges. What do we have so far? Do we have...
We have some.
Do we have some
yeah, we do.
chatter happening?
Yeah, we do have some chatter. For whatever reason, it's fighting with me. So I gotta. Lisa's
Joshua is literally scrolling on the phone and just keeps scrolling back.
Yeah, it's stand by, guys. Hold on one second. I'm not sure what's quite happening.
There's a lot there.
Yeah, there is a lot happening. You guys are chatting up a storm. So you know what? While I'm trying to figure this out, I'm gonna jump over to. Bear with, guys. So last week.
Yeah.
So we've been adding to the weekly Chatter Live set, little flourishes here and there. But one of the things that we're excited about is the travel memory wall, and that's what this is. Just in case you wanted to know. Now the lava lamp is, it's the weekly Chatter Live. You've got to have a lava lamp. But everything else is travel related. A little New York represented, a little Italy, Disney. But I want to point out that we have a new edition. Whoops, where's my finger going? Right there. Now this is an edition that one of your 3 favorite daughters
Yes.
got you. So talk a little bit about that while I'm trying to fix this.
So my oldest daughter recently returned from a week in Costa Rica. Her class, her school, they do a trip each year, and they give the students different choices of where they can go. And it's from all grades 9 through 12. And her group went to Costa Rica, and they spent a week going up from the mountains down to the beaches and all kinds of different things. And that was her first real travel experience, certainly without her family, but also, her first real experience, not just going, to the beach for the weekend, or, she's been on a couple of cruises. So it was her first, what I'll call, real travel experience, by herself and with some friends. And of course there were teachers there and whatnot. But it was an eye-opening experience for her. And it's why we wanted her to go on the trip. And it was just a great time for her to see, different culture, a different part of the world. Anyway, so she brought back this little souvenir drum that she was really proud of and thought that I would enjoy. So I wanted to bring it here to our travel wall. And I just love little souvenirs like that because, by themselves, they're not very exciting, right? Sometimes they look like chintzy and whatnot. But when they're attached to a memory, all of a sudden they have a whole different meaning, and it just makes you happy. So that's our latest addition to the travel wall.
And I love the story, and the travel wall is going to continue to expand.
That's right.
I will say that not everything on the travel wall has a story because, I wanted to make sure there was something there. Right. But we want to continue to add to it. But Stacy last week said we're missing a Space Needle. So I think the travel wall is going to get filled up pretty fast.
So is that an open call? If you have items you would like to be featured on the travel wall, we will accept donations.
Yeah, if you would like to send donations, you can find our address on the contact page.
But it's got to be good, right? Like, we're not just going to throw anything up there.
Well, yeah, we're not going to throw anything up there. But, we don't need to raise the bar too high.
Well, no, I mean... Okay. I'm sorry.
Add to the travel wall. We'll be adding to the travel wall, and we'll make sure that we always share a story for what we put up there. All right. So I finally fixed my issue with getting to the chatter. Yeah, that was. Yeah, talk about me sweating. I'm like, whoo. And you know what? Yes, we decided to match today. Like, you know, it's matchy-matchy. All right, Teresa said, happy Friday. Great to see you, Teresa. Thank you for joining. Neva said, hello, good to see you. Alan, happy Friday. Getting ready to go to Disney Wish Monday for the AEP training.
Nice.
I can't remember what AEP stands for. I know it stands for something, but it's the training. It's advisor experience, I bet you something.
Yeah,
Well, we're just happy you're going, Alan. Congrats. Have fun. Lisa said she's jealous of Alan. Of course she is. All right. Kara said, happy Friday, friends. And Andy's joining us. Hello from Cozumel on board Norwegian Breakaway.
Nice, nice.
I like that. You know, you can go on holiday or even a work trip, and you can still tune into the Weekly Chatter Live. That's a lot of fun. Cynthia said, happy Friday, all. Marisol said, happy Friday, everyone. Daniela, happy Friday, everyone. Cynthia, sharing a win this week.
All right, what do we got?
Being in business 3 years as of today. So,
Yeah, girl.
Very nice. Well done. That's exciting.
I added some sound effects because Rilia, she was pretty hardcore. She was the director of the show while she was my co-host.
Oh, really?
And she needed a lot more sound effects than I had. So I've loaded up the board. We got it going on
your
here.
Repertoire.
Yes, exactly. Stacy said, happiest of Fridays. Alan's got a win for us. Win just got a 15 to 20K budget for a honeymoon request.
Oh, very nice.
I feel like that's a... All right, the sound effects will get old, I'm sure. Congratulations, way to go.
That's nice.
Okay, so Kara's going to do something to me that is going to really make me mess up because I'm not going to pronounce this right. So Kara said, went to a great lunch and learned today about Escarret brand. Can you help me with that?
I am not.
It starts with an X. Now, she said, now I want to take my kids to the parks. I do believe it's Escarret.
Yeah, I struggle with some of the pronunciation, so I'm not going to try to correct you. But I'm sure someone could put the correct phonetic pronunciation in the chat there.
See, the thing is...
You've asked me 2 questions that I didn't know now, so that's not a good start for me today.
So I do know that if Wendy was in the chat, she would correct me because she's already corrected me on that before. So I feel like it's right. I just don't retain information that well. And Sarah just commenting on Kara said, do it. We did Hotel Escarret on agent rates last year, and so worth it. And I do feel like Sarah knows what she's talking about. I mean, Sarah she loves her holidays and loves to post about it. So, Kara, I think you got her endorsement there.
That's awesome.
Brian, happy Friday. Let's see. Brian said, win this week. I got my first congratulations call from TravelQuest.
Oh, nice. Love it.
So I think we just talked about this 2 weeks ago when Jesse was on. Someone said I got one of the famous congratulations calls from TravelQuest. And for those of you who missed it, when you report a sale of, it's a nice sizable number, you get one of the famous TravelQuest Network calls. So congratulations, Brian, on getting that call. And always a pleasure to make those calls. Way to go. Let's see. Emily said, trying to end my last hour in my office today, collecting all cabin deposits for a group of 21 cruising in June. I think that's a big,
I like that one. Okay, we'll go with it.
I thought it was going to be a different whistle than that. Congratulations. Chris, win for the week. I was able to switch my room from a king bed to 2 queens for Edge Conference. So he's talking about the Travel Leaders Edge Conference at the Gaylord in Nashville. Congratulations, Chris. Can't wait to see you there. I think the last time I saw Chris was, I'm not sure, it might have been at the last Edge. Chris, I do hope you're going to be coming to our one-day event just prior to. Right. Yeah, and it's going to have a name soon. We're going to stop calling it the pre-Edge event. That sounds kind of not fun. No, so
it doesn't. It doesn't sound really enticing.
Yeah,
but it will be.
It will be, and it will.
And it will have a name to match.
Yes, and the
so
name.
Please, if you're coming to Edge, please plan to be there, or if you're within distance of Nashville, even if you're not going to Edge, we're going to have a lot of things there for you to take part in.
Yes, yes. So anyway, congratulations. I know that, Chris, that was a win. And Lisa said, revamping my Travel Joy workflow, ready for a weekend I am actually taking. So
yes.
Yeah.
Yes on both of those counts.
Yeah. What do we have?
Can we get like 3 cheers for workflows?
Yeah, go.
Yeah.
Yeah, go.
So
like workflows just get me excited. Like someone says to me things like workflows. I'm like, yes. And weekends are fun too. So good for you.
Yeah. So a little, Jason already knows this. So I was messing around with workflows and ended up deploying an invitation to schedule interviews with me to about 100 candidates for different job positions, and pretty much all of them booked today. So yeah, all day long. Yeah, there's been no break.
And how many more? How many more tonight?
Yeah, I've got 4 more right after this because someone didn't set up the workflow properly. So yeah, so workflows are exciting and fun. So Lisa, congratulations, and awesome. Enjoy the weekend for sure. Let's see here. Sarah said, my win is I changed out my pajamas today. Work rules my life. That's her hashtag that she added to that. So, Sarah, I don't know. I'm going to...
Yeah, girl.
I'm going to give you a yeah, girl. The description for that sound was a British woman excited. So...
Yeah, girl.
Oh, okay.
But I just felt like that was a weird description to put for there. But
wouldn't you just put yeah, girl?
Yeah, I know, because I can't really tell that she's British, but...
Yeah, girl.
I don't know. Maybe. Let's say, Stacy said, welcome back from your cruise, Jason.
Thank you.
So all I did was tell everybody that you were doing what we all wish we were doing. You were on a holiday, and then you did another one. So where have you been? What's been going on?
I feel like I've been everywhere. So 2 weeks ago, my wife and I, mostly my wife, said I have to get out of here, and so we went down to Riviera Maya, to the I have to get out of here, in stereo echo. So we went to the brand new Hyatt Zilara in Riviera Maya. It was a really beautiful property, and the staff there was exceptionally friendly. So it was a very nice time. We were there for just a few nights, a little quick getaway, but it was just what the doctor ordered. And I don't know if those of you out there who have been watching or have watched the White Lotus series on HBO, but it had very much White Lotus vibes when you walked into the hotel, to the point that I was kind of doing the little theme song, and I won't do it here for fear of embarrassment, but throughout the weekend, there were people like over at the bar over there or in the lobby here, just like starting to like sing the little theme song. And if you've heard the theme song, it's very distinctive. It's kind of like like a yodel mixed with a techno vibe. And it's a very like disconcerting song. Like it makes you nervous or anxious to hear it. Anyway, all through the weekend, you could hear people just singing the song because it was, the whole property was very much giving that kind of vibe. So it was a great little trip. And then...
But wait a minute.
Yeah.
So just to let you guys know, we were in a meeting yesterday with our teammate Britta, and his phone rings, and he's made the song his ringtone. Now, I didn't pick up on it, but Britta was like, she did say, that makes me a little concerned when I hear that sound.
You need that sound effect on here.
Yeah, next time.
There you go. And then last weekend, so I've had I guess a tradition where I have 3 daughters, as most of you know. And I started with my oldest daughter when she was 13. My wife and my other 2 daughters were away at a cheer competition, and my older daughter couldn't go because she had another thing initially and ended up getting canceled. And so she said, well, what are we going to do? And I was like, I know, we'll go on a quick 3-day cruise. And so when she was 13, I took her on a 3-day Carnival cruise, just the 2 of us. And then it kind of became a tradition that I would take each of our daughters when they turned 13 on a little getaway. And my middle daughter, who is now 15, when she turned 13, it was during COVID, right? And so we couldn't really go anywhere. So this last weekend I took her on her 13-year-old getaway, and we sailed on the Mariner of the Seas. Just a quick little jaunt to Nassau and Coco Cay, but it was a great weekend, and we had a great time, and it was nice.
So yeah, 2 weekends of rest.
So I've been at the beach for 2 weekends in a row. So
yeah. We're all like, we're feeling so bad.
I know, you all feel very sorry for me. So, but this week, as you can imagine, it's kind of like, okay, it's been a crazy week, lots to do.
Yeah,
lots to do. But it's good to be back.
Well, we're all super jealous, but I love the tradition.
Yeah,
the 13-year-old tradition. That's
Now my youngest one is she's the cruise nut. She loves cruises, right? And she knows, she'll watch YouTube videos just for fun. Oh, look at this slide. She knows a lot about cruises. It's kind of scary. And, so I've done a 3-night cruise with each of the 2 older ones now. She's angling for at least a week. And and of course she has her eyes set on the Prima or one of the brand new ships. And I'm like, I don't know, just to keep things fair, I don't think we can do that, but we'll see. We'll see.
You know what? If you are good at presenting your ideas and persuading,
we'll see. Yeah, we'll see.
Let's see. Well, you got to keep us posted on that one for sure.
I will.
Yeah. But I've stayed at the Hyatt Zilara in Punta Cana or Cap Cana, sorry, and this was before White Lotus, but it's the Playa resorts have that feel, that vibe.
It was a cool property. I'd definitely recommend checking it out if you're thinking about going down at some point soon or sending clients down. I know a lot of you do an awful lot of business in the Riviera Maya region. I enjoyed it.
Yeah, and just don't get murdered, right? From White Lotus. You don't need to. I know you were wondering where I was going to go with that.
No one got murdered. Yeah. I'm happy to report.
But I love when I started watching. This isn't going to be all about White Lotus, but I'm just going to say
people haven't seen White Lotus. What are they talking?
Yeah, they're like, God, please stop. But I love that while I'm watching this, and it was very HBO Max. It's very it gets you, but because I'm in the travel industry, of course I had to look up where was this filmed.
Absolutely.
That's
as a result, Sicily is very popular.
Yeah.
Over the last month or so.
Yeah.
2 months.
Which you would think a show about people getting murdered is not the thing that would boost.
Yeah, but they really do a great job featuring the beauty of the property and the area they're in, and it's definitely causes a wave of demand for sure.
Yeah. No, very, very cool. Check out Playa Resorts. They are a great partner of ours, and go have your own experience with the Hyatt Zilara if you haven't yet.
Yeah.
And make sure you change your ringtone just so you can freak everybody out. But very glad to have you back.
Thank you.
And Misty said, "Happy Friday, peeps. Good to see you, Misty." Velma said, "All chatter is welcome. Happy sunny Friday." And we'll be speaking to Velma very soon. And Kara said, "One of my favorite clients is having me research small group trips to either Georgia and Armenia or the Balkans. He always comes up with super interesting destinations. Went to Patagonia last year. That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
Kind of,
That is
because
good.
the
It's
Kara's
cool.
business is all about that culture
Yeah.
experience. So
Of course, being in Atlanta here, as soon as you said Georgia, I'm like, why does a small group want to come to Georgia? And then you said Armenia. So
Yeah.
Okay.
Uh,
The other Georgia.
yeah,
Got it.
don't feel bad. Don't feel bad because I was like, oh, I can't wait to see him. Like, and then I saw in Armenia, and I'm like, not the same
It's the
Georgia.
other one.
Yeah. There you go. All right.
Have you ever been to Georgia? I've never been to Georgia. I mean, the other one.
I've been to Paradise, but I've never been to me. That's all. Those of you who know the song know where. No, I've never been.
Yeah. Okay.
No, but and you would not know this, but one of our local news stations back when I was a kid here in Atlanta,
Right.
they did what's that called when you swap students?
Exchange students?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they did an exchange newscaster, and they brought somebody from Georgia here to be on the news. I can't remember his name, but that's the first time.
All I can think of is Borat when you talk about that. Like I'm picturing
No.
Borat came over to.
He was.
Okay.
It was
right.
not that, but yeah, that was.
Moving on.
Yeah, moving on. Woo! Good to have you back, Jason. Let's just say. Anyway, hold on one second. Oh, I heard the little sound. That means that I got somebody waiting. We're gonna bring Velma in just a minute. Let me see what we've got going on in the chat. Angela said, "Happy Friday," our Angela. So thank you for not being at work and just watching Facebook Live. Like, what's up with that? Note to self. No. Angela, good to see you. Lisa, happy 1st February Friday of 2023. Yeah, so Lisa, good point. I mean, it's obviously February, but I'm just saying, hello, where is the time going?
It just, the train keeps rolling faster and faster, doesn't it?
Exactly.
Like January, gone.
Yeah.
That.
Everything that I said I was going to get done in January, I mean, chime in if you feel this way. Like, I load up January with so many
right?
things, and yeah, I haven't done any of them, so yay for me.
That's not true. You've done a lot of them. I mean, I can't speak what's happening at your house, but
Yeah.
there-
Jason, I'm just going to point out the fact that we still have a holiday tree in the lobby of the office. So let me just point out that that's there. So anybody walking in and out of the office can see this. But also at my house, we have gigantic wreaths on the outside still hanging up.
if it makes you feel better,
Okay.
we have we have 4 Christmas trees still up in our house. That is my job for this weekend.
All right. Well, all right.
So I'm right there with you.
So thanks for the encouragement, but yeah, at this point, I think there's some folklore that says if you leave up your holiday decor this long, fairies will jump on your stomach while you sleep. So I'm just saying, need to get up on it. Let's see here. Oh, you know what? We have got a huge announcement. So I got to do a drum roll. I've got a new drum roll. Okay. Huge. And you don't even know about this one.
That's a good one.
Isn't that a good one?
That's a good one.
Yeah, I tried to upgrade. So, big announcement. Right now, we had sold out at our Minneapolis Roadshow.
Right.
And people started getting on the waiting list. Thank you for getting on the waiting list. So our Angela, who I know she's multitasking while she's tuning in, we were able to open up some more space. So those of you on the waiting list, you will definitely be notified that you can now register for the Minneapolis Roadshow. And those of you who didn't get on the wait list, but you want to come on in, you now can. There's some more space there. So
Fantastic.
Yes. And if you don't know about our roadshows, you want to give a little
Sure,
pitch on the roadshows?
We started our roadshows, introduced them in 2022. It is an opportunity where it's a day-long event. We're doing them in 8 different cities in 2023, and it's a day-long event where it's an opportunity for you to make local connections, but really learn about not only new products that are in the marketplace, but connect with with our team, hear what's happening across our network, new programs we're coming out with, really kind of get that sneak peek on some things that are coming out, and especially as we have our road shows this year, that will certainly be the case because we have a lot of things that are slated to roll out throughout the year. So being at the road shows in April, most of them are in April, will be that sneak peek to kind of be at the front of the line on a lot of these things.
I like that. I haven't used that, the front of the line.
There's really, there's so many reasons that you should be at those events, even if it's not in your city. If there's one that's a short flight or a drive to. Last year we had people driving 5-6 hours to attend a roadshow. We had people flying 3-4 hours to attend, and I think as we look back at the feedback from the attendees, again, I've said it before, it's one of the best things that we've ever done at TravelQuest. The results were, the feedback was off the charts, and I think our roadshows this year are going to be even better. So if you haven't registered yet, take advantage of that early bird offer because you don't want to miss it.
Yes.
I promise you that.
So if you want to look at where we're going to be, when we're going to be there, go to travelquestnetwork.com/roadshows, plural. There is a big button that says 2023 schedule, and that'll take you to all the registration pages. You can pick the city. The only one that is not open yet is Chicago. So we are having 8. Chicago is not canceled, but that one is just not available just yet. So please come. Glad to see a lot of them are getting close to selling out, but extremely happy that Angela, give her props, was able to make some more space in
That's great.
Minneapolis.
That's great.
So that's a
Yeah, girl.
for Angela. I like it.
Nice job, Angela.
Yeah. So now is the time in the weekly chatter where we get down to business, right? I should have a sound effect for that. So I heard her coming in, so I do think Velma is there. Velma, are you there?
I'm here. I think you should make my sound effect guns going off.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Toot, 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 toot. Just like that. That's what I want it to be.
Yeah, that's a girl gun.
Pew, pew, pew. Pew, 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 pew.
Oh, my Lord.
Velma, so good to see you. Have you had a great weekend this week? Or a great week?
Well, yeah, I'm going to have a good weekend. The sun is shining for a change. I'm excited about that. It was a great week, and I just want to point out, Joshua, that it is the end of January, the 1st of February, and I finished all the tasks that you gave me that were due. So I just wanted to point that out.
Yes, Velma.
I guess I have to be careful about exposing my own dirty laundry.
That's right.
She's like, I really made sure that happened, and you're sitting here dilly-dallying.
So, you know what? This week, the revenue and the sales are they're awesome. I think it might be one of the largest weeks I've seen.
Oh, fantastic.
So, well, let's get right into the numbers here. In the number 3 spot, the gross sales, 175,137.
Ooh.
Yes, and the revenue, the revenue is 18,215.
Nice.
And this member is what I call a full service agency. They have a full service business. She or he, I can't remember which, sold cars, flights, hotels, vacations, cruises. I mean, just everything.
The whole kit and caboodle.
Everything, and I admire that.
Yeah.
It's because sometimes that's difficult. But anyway, great job. In the number 2 spot, this was kind of a surprise for me. The revenue or the gross sales, 146,757. The revenue for the week, 21,886. And Jason, I would say, guess who this person sold? What was the supplier? But you'll never guess. I was shocked. You want to try?
Okay,
you
I'll do a quick guess. I wouldn't guess it. You don't think?
wouldn't guess it.
Okay. Well, now I have to think of something really, kind of far afield.
Well, I just want to say last time Velma got me on Hertigruten.
Yeah.
So I would love for that to be who.
I'm gonna go with Ponant.
Ooh.
No. You're wrong. No, it was Star Clippers.
Oh, okay. I was in the right ballpark though.
Yeah, you were. You really were. But isn't that amazing?
That is awesome.
I love that type of cruising. I've been on something similar. What an experience! And I would love to sell this product. So, good
Star
job.
Clippers has a cool, unique product.
Yes. Yes.
That's great. That's wonderful. Well done, whoever that was, number 2.
And in the number 1 spot, another full service agent, gross sales of 209,992 with a
Nice.
weekly revenue of 22,552. And this member just sold it all: insurance, cruises, tours, cars, hotels. I mean, they did it. If it was there out there for sale, they sold some of it. So, great job.
Those are super numbers. Very strong week. Very strong week. And we talk all the time. Just keep it going.
I know. I didn't realize how long the news.
We talk all the time though about how important it is to offer third-party insurance and some of those. And week to week, when we look at our top members, you can see, those are the things that are driving up, the average transaction value, but also when you add it all together, they get you into some of these higher ranges. And I think that's terrific.
That's
Yep.
right. It's great. And I asked Jason a hard question. So Joshua, let's let you guess which did they sell the most of? What did they earn the most in revenue? Cruises or tours?
What did they earn the most on?
Yes, revenue. Let's just talk
Okay,
revenue.
just talking revenue. I am going to say cruises.
No, it was tours.
That was my next guess. Out of 2 choices, that was my next guess.
Yeah, well, you would have been right on the next guess. So yeah.
I'll take it.
No points for second place.
No, my mom always got me a trophy every time field day came
all
around
fitting
because
together,
I
huh?
was not going to win.
Did she really?
She did. Yep. Yeah. So and I'm definitely not. I mean, I'm not a youngin, but I'm probably. My mom is probably the one that started to lay the groundwork for everybody.
Started the trend for everyone
Yep.
gets a trophy.
Everyone gets a trophy.
Oh my! So America's problems can all now just be pointed right here.
You know what?
Your
really
mom's
don't.
a darling, but
I don't see anything wrong with that myself. I don't see
Okay,
anything.
well.
When my son was playing baseball, we even gave the parents trophies. So,
Well, the parents deserve a trophy.
well, especially after some of those fights,
Yes. Last week it was shooting people in the face, so we're gonna move on from there. As always, Velma, thank you for joining us. You are a ray of sunshine.
Thank you, Velma.
And I mean, just being able to celebrate in our members' success and just watch these numbers climb. And we do not just if we, because we haven't talked about this in a while, the reason why we do not call out anybody's name is because we don't want to blow up anybody's spot. Like somebody could be making it rain, and maybe they don't want everyone to know that. So that's why we talk about the numbers. So kudos to all of you nameless people that are in the top 3, and of course everyone that did what they are supposed to do, and that is invoice at time of booking.
yes, that's
When?
right.
At time of booking.
Good.
All right, Velma, take care. We'll speak to you soon, okay?
See you, Velma. Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Invoice at time of booking.
Got it. I need to write that
Yeah,
down.
go.
Okay, got it.
Oh my goodness. All right. Let's go back to the comments, and then I know we got more stuff to talk about. So, okay. Let's see here. Hannah said, "Hi all, my win is starting a midday exercise routine this week
cool.
because I am losing it sitting at my desk so much. Just hopped off the elliptical and going to stretch it out while I watch the show."
Nice. Well done.
Yeah, well done you. Because do you know what, that, especially when you love what you do, and there's you're busy, there's stuff going on, kind of just taking that moment to pause, whether it is to jump on the elliptical or just to meditate, that's very helpful. So you take care of you, because there's only one you in the galaxy. So yeah, you are an endangered species. All right, there we go. There's my philosophy for the moment. Misty said, "My win was that I had my coaching call with Velma earlier today."
Oh, nice.
Yay! Yeah, those of you who don't know, Velma does our pro coaching sessions. And I mean, she's been doing this a long time. A long time. And everyone that has a pro coaching session with Velma has always said, it has changed, like 1 hour with her has massive impact in their business. So, Misty, I'm glad you got one of your coaching calls in.
That's great.
That is fantastic. Teresa said, "Challenge this week, trying to decide on charging a planning fee." Now, I like that she said trying to decide on, and then Kara said, "Do it." Just do it. And then Hannah said, "Definitely do it."
Yeah, and I'll just jump on that. And I said it a couple of weeks ago, and I asked you, have you ever heard of somebody who said, "I wish I would have waited longer before I started charging a planning fee"?
Yeah.
And the answer is no. We've never heard anybody say that. So I will second
Do it.
those individuals.
Yeah, just do it. And you know what? We get it. It's probably more of even a psychological thing that you're putting value on something that you might have been doing for free. So it's shifting your mindset. But your business is you. So bring that, again, endangered species. You are the only one. Like what you do is uniquely you. So charge for it.
Yeah. And on that subject, while it came up, very shortly we'll be putting out a seller of travel guide that talks through what your seller of travel requirements are based on how you conduct your business, whether you charge fees, whether you don't, whether or not you fall under our E&O insurance, or whether you have your own. So look for that. It'll come out hopefully next week, maybe the week after. That'll be coming out shortly and kind of guide you through some of those kinds of questions.
I love when Jason promises that something will be deployed, and as the head of marketing, I didn't have that on my schedule. So now, take a letter. It is happening. No, that's very exciting because it does. So many people do feel very uncomfortable around it. So that will be extremely exciting for many of you, as well as us and the marketing team, who will make sure that gets to you. All right. James said, "When I booked 2 honeymoon trips that fell into my lap out of the blue." What is that? Is that a?
Yeah, go.
I don't know.
I
Great
love
job.
that.
Yeah, great job, James. Great job. All right, so we're going to take a pause for a moment, and I think we should do headlines, right? I mean,
We can.
It's getting towards the end of
We
the
have
show.
time. We have so many things to cover still.
I mean,
I can go quick. I'll go quick. I got a couple.
The headlines, I mean, yeah,
Okay.
It's an important thing.
All right, here we go. River cruising. You know I love river cruising.
You do.
Keeps getting more and more popular, right? And you've seen some river cruise operators introduce sailings that are catering to families or kids. Well, another one is doing that. Emerald is introducing 2 specific sailings where they're family cruises, and they're one's on the Danube, one's on the Rhine. They're targeting activities or they're catering to families with kids between 10 and 18. And they're really focusing on some of those immersive experiences like cooking classes and things like that. I would love to take my kids on a river cruise. I think they range from 13 to 17. Maybe one of these years we'll try to do that, but I think that would be so cool. And definitely great for your multi-generational clients. So if you have, clients in that 50 to 75 range who are going on a river cruise, you should definitely be pushing, hey, why don't you bring your kids and grandkids? That at least putting it in front of them. I think you might be surprised how many yeses you'll get, or at least some serious interest. So that might be a great way to grow your river cruise sales.
And I took my mama on a river cruise last year or the year before, and it is the only way I'm going to travel with her because. Man, I could leave her in the lounge, and she kept the party going until 1 a.m. And we still got to go out and see the sights after. We had a great time.
Yeah, and river cruises are great. It's especially for that multi-generational trip. There is a little something for everyone, especially on those sailings where they're kind of catering to it. So again, that was Emerald doing that. Crystal is back. They popped their website open the other day. The Serenity will be the first ship back in the water. July 31st, it sails from Marseille to Lisbon. And they're going to have, they'll be sailing, the Baltic, the Mediterranean, the Caribbean, Asia, Australia, pretty much all over the world. So Crystal's back in the water, second half of the year. It's certainly going to start filling up, I expect. Okay.
Have you been on Crystal before?
I have not.
Yeah, I haven't either. Somebody that we worked with came back from one and was blown away.
Yeah, I had an opportunity to go a couple years ago, maybe I guess probably 5 years ago now, and I didn't do it, and I definitely regret it. But anyway, Frontier Airlines, they have, not someone we normally talk about, but they introduced their Go Wild subscription. Have you heard of this?
No, I haven't.
Unlimited airfare for the summer, $3.99 a person. May 2nd to September 30th, but there's some blackout dates, and there's a fair number of blackout dates. But the whole deal is you can't book the ticket until the day before. So basically, if there's any space left over, they're going to give them to their subscribers of this program.
Okay.
So I was thinking about it, curious if any of your clients have talked to you about it. I'm curious if you're recommending it to any of your clients. One of the things that I was thinking, I was like, okay, how does a travel advisor monetize a program like that? And I was thinking, if you have an existing client and you kind of know who they are and what they like, you might be able to monitor availability and then, tack on some hotel stays and a planning fee as part of that. And it might be the kind of thing, it'd be something you'd really almost have to specialize in. Mm-hmm. Because you'd really have to monitor availability from certain cities, and but it might be interesting. I don't know. Just curious if anyone's doing anything with that. And then,
and I would even say too that even if it wasn't a part of your mix, sharing that story that this is available is another way to kind of, I don't want to say newsjack, but basically get in there and expose your client to something that might spark another conversation altogether. So it might not even have anything to do with that specifically.
Right.
But kind of a cool idea. And as people are testing out these new ideas, then other people start to join in.
Yep.
So
we'll see. And then, I always like to bring something to you that's a little on the luxurious side of things.
And you know what? I have missed that because Jesse and Aurelia did not bring me anything luxurious. So yes,
well, I know you like luxury. So Regent Seven Seas.
Yes.
We've done lots and lots of business with Regent over the last couple of years, and our business as a network, our business with them continues to grow. We sell a lot of Regent. Their new ship, the Seven Seas Grandeur. They did their float out the other day. It's launching for sailings in November, and they're going to have 18 sailings in the Caribbean and 2 transatlantic at the very end in November, December of this year. On board,
Okay.
They have a multi-million-dollar art collection, as well as the only Fabergé egg permanently at sea, which is kind of cool. And then for you, this is
Okay.
for you.
Okay.
So with the next time you go on Regent and you go on the Seven Seas Grandeur, you're going to want to make sure and request the Regent Suite.
Okay.
It is only $11,000 a night, but extremely luxurious, perfect for someone of your discretion and taste.
I feel like if I needed to book some travel, I think Jason knows exactly where I'm at.
I know what you like, Joshua.
I love it. And believe me, I hope that the Fabergé egg is in some sort of a display that it looks like it actually belongs to me, because
Well, I think
mean,
if
that'd
you
be
stay in
pretty
the
awesome.
Regent Suite, you can like hold it, like run around the suite with it.
Like that's part
For
of
$11,000,
Yeah.
that would be my
We'll let you hold the egg. We promise. We'll let you hold the egg.
So those are your headlines for this week.
I love it. I love it. Well, man, I mean, we don't really have much else to talk about. I mean,
What events do we have coming up next week?
Oh, you know what? We do have some events that we should
Yeah.
talk about.
What's going on?
Let's see here. So next week, and you can find all of these in WorldVia Pro. You can check out all events coming up, not just next week. But you can click on the events tab, and next week we've got luxury itineraries on Tuesday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time, which so many of you are interested in selling luxury. You are already starting to segue into that category. So check this out for some inspiration, and maybe just kind of maybe even unfold some programs that you might not be aware of or hadn't thought of. So if you are in that space or in that frame of mind, I guess I should say,
Yeah.
then check out the luxury itineraries session on Tuesday. And then on Thursday, there's dueling education sessions. We have one specifically, and these are both at 2 Eastern Time. We have one about cruise space, which is a great program that you have access to as a part of Travel Quest Network. Really kind of getting into some great rates along with some amenities within that program. And then there's also a education session about Palace Resorts. And Palace Resorts, check in the Pro. Again, this is broadcast everywhere in the world, but definitely there is a benefit to selling Palace Resorts if you are a member of Travel Quest Network. So you will know what I mean if you go to WorldVia Pro and look that up. We can't let all the secrets out of the closet. So
Definitely check that out. That's exciting stuff.
Yeah, both of them. So, and I'm sure both are recorded and you can watch them after the fact, but I'm just saying, pick where you're at right now and jump in there. But there's those are two very powerful sessions. And I mean, I guess that's it. I mean, we don't really have anything else to talk about. Not anything that I promised I would talk about.
Did you promise anything?
I did. There's
What'd
this
you promise?
thing that everybody has been really mean to me about, and that would be where Travel Quest World 2023 is, right? And I mean, some people have been very, very mean.
Have they?
I have said it's in Orlando.
You wouldn't be mean to Joshua, would you?
It's in Orlando. It's in September,
Yeah.
8th, 9th, and 10th.
Right.
I said, when you fly in, when you fly out.
Right. What more do you
Is it?
need?
Yeah, I mean, hello. Just go ahead and book your flight and come. Okay?
Right.
So, yeah, people have been, even somebody, one of our members said, well, we're travel agents. And I thought, thank you for telling me that. I did not realize that.
You have to take it slow with Joshua sometimes. So I'm glad
The
whoever that
whole
was-
time, I
whoever
thought-
that was, I'm glad you just laid it out for him really slowly.
Yeah, I needed that broken down.
That's right.
No, I did promise, and believe me, it was well worth the wait. And I'm going to drag this out just a little bit because our team, many of our team members, have been working on this we wanted to make sure that this was a special venue, and Travel Quest World is just amazing. It could be in, I don't know, an industrial park hotel somewhere outside by the airport, and it still would be fantastic.
It would be.
Because it's not about where it is, it's about who's there, and that's Travel Quest Network is there, and our amazing travel partners. So, but we're not staying by the airport in Orlando.
An industrial park.
No.
Okay.
You like? I mean, I could paint that picture, and you're visually.
You could make it kind of cool.
You were visually. You were like right there. You're I know.
I can picture it.
Exactly what it is. So I feel like, I mean, I don't know. Do you guys, are you wanting to hear about it? I don't know. Let's see.
What do we look for? Like, so a lot of people have been asking us, where is Travel Quest World going to be? Is it going to be on a cruise ship? Is it going to be? And then we said, no, it's going to be in Orlando. And okay, where's it going to be? What are, as we look at different venues, what are the things that are important to us?
As we're
considering different choices, we obviously have our members in mind when we select the venues, right? So we're looking for something that's exciting. We're looking for something that is, a comfortable, enjoyable environment. Mm-hmm. We're looking for something with a little cachet, but we're also realists, right? We have to make sure that it's something that is, financially accessible to our whole network. Something that is something a little special. So is it,
and also we want to make sure that the venue knows who we are.
That's right.
And rolls out that red carpet.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
And has, I mean, it's got to be unique. It's got to roll out the red carpet. And I don't know. I don't know what else to say. But you know what? I've been holding on to this far too long, and it's just killing me. And I can hear that because every time you guys put a chat in the chat, it dings in my ear. So I can hear people are like, "Just get on with it." So we got a prop.
Yes.
We have a prop. So I would like to give you your prop. This is.
Is it drinking time already?
This is how we roll in WorldVia. Like, let's say. So we are really. Do we do it before or after we say it?
I think after.
Okay, after.
Yeah, and you get your drum roll there.
Oh yeah.
Right.
Hold on. Travel Quest World 2023 is September 8th through the 10th. In Orlando, Florida, and it is going to be at the Waldorf Astoria in Bonnet Creek.
Nice. Oh my gosh.
I had no idea.
Oh.
That didn't even make it on camera. It's just, yeah.
The entire studio is now covered with confetti. Well, I am excited about that. The Waldorf Astoria. We are Travel Quest Network going uptown.
Yeah, we're moving on up. So yes, so our team, I'm just reeling if the holiday tree hasn't come down in the lobby. When you guys come to the education center here and come to the studio, I bet this confetti is still going to be here. So I'm just saying. So we're really excited about this. Registration for Travel Quest World will not open until the end of March. But that doesn't mean you can't go ahead and book your flights. Come in Thursday night, and we'll be ending around 1 or 2 on that Sunday, so many of you can fly out. Or, of course, you can come early, stay late, and maybe enjoy some of what Orlando has to offer. So there's that. The room rate for you're thinking Waldorf Astoria.
The Waldorf is it. So I was down there last week. Before we went on the cruise to Port Canaveral, and so I went over from the airport to the Waldorf property, just to see is this going to meet the standards of our network?
Yes.
Is this a nice property? Because sometimes the pictures look great, but you don't really know until you see it.
Yeah.
Joshua, let me tell you, This is a beautiful hotel.
Yeah.
A beautiful hotel. And I can just tell you, like the lobby bar area, I can, the whole convention meeting space area, I can just see it now, as sessions are done, people gathering, having a great time. Every time we have Travel Quest World, we always hear, we need more of this. We need more time just to sit and talk to each other and, have cocktails and share stories and share tips. It's going to be a perfect setting for that.
And he messaged me while he was there and said, "It is beautiful." Those were his exact words. So I am excited to see it in person.
Now, it's not a cheap property. So
No. In fact, Alan is saying, excuse me.
So, we said at the beginning, we want to make sure it's, accessible.
Yeah.
So you were going to talk about the room rate?
Yes. Well, I don't want to, it's just you are going to get an email, I believe, at 5:15-ish. Angela might chime in and say it's at a different time, but it should be right after the show.
This evening.
Yes. And you will find out about the room rate, and you will be pleasantly surprised. So, Alan, yes, it's definitely, we're going to get to experience what the Waldorf has to give at, it's going to be nice, and we're just really excited. So finally you have it.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! Again, the registration, nobody's going to miss registration. We don't launch Travel Quest World and don't make a big deal about it. You're going to be hearing about Travel Quest World for until it actually happens and then after. But registration, the official registration, where you can register for your classes and all of that, that is end of March. So you will be getting that. And then as soon as we have the link for you to reserve your room, we will get that out to you as well. So you have the location now. You know it's going to be a good price, and just so excited. Hope you can make it. If you're on the fence, please talk to other members within Travel Quest Network who have been. It's always a grand time, and we look forward to seeing you there. But Jason, we got to go. It's time.
It's time.
So. There's that. Have a wonderful weekend, guys.
Have a great weekend.
See you real soon. Take care. Bye.
Bye, everybody.